Good morning. You are welcome here, wherever you're going to, wherever you're coming from. You are welcome here. You are welcome here, wherever you're going to, wherever you're coming from. You are welcome here, 'cause it's a house of love, a house of hope and dreams. It's a house of love, and you are welcome here, 'cause it's a house of love, a house of hope and dreams. It's a house of love, and you are welcome here. Ahora en español. Bienvenido aquí, doquiera que vayas tú, doquiera que vengas hoy. Bienvenido aquí, bienvenido aquí, doquiera que vayas tú, doquiera que vengas hoy. Bienvenido aquí, a este lugar de amor, de sueños e ilusión, a este lugar de amor. Bienvenido aquí, si es en un lugar de amor, de sueños e ilusión, a ese lugar de amor. Bienvenido aquí.
Good morning. Welcome to Chalice Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are a community of diverse beliefs and experiences, nurturing the liberal religious spirit and united by our desire to grow in love and in service. Whoever you are, whomever you love, whatever your life's journey, you are welcome here. Whether you gather with us this Sunday for the first time, or once or twice a year, or you're with us every year, every week, we are glad you're here. I'm David Peel, the worship associate this morning. Our service is led by our minister, Reverend Sharon Wylie. Our worship musician this morning is Mr. Tim McKnight at the piano and the keyboard. And our song leader is Maria Pia-Duffy-Foltz. Our sound and tech engineering this morning is done by Mr. Jake Diock. And our greeters out on the patio were Kathy Zapata-Bergamini and Alec Bergamini. Our closer this morning will be Bonnie Packard. Welcome to our Sunday morning worship service. Welcome to those of you here in the chapel and to those of you joining us live by Zoom. For those of us here in the chapel, if you are sitting in a row that is not quite full yet, please consider squishing a little towards the wall to make room for people who might come in the next couple of minutes. We want to make it really easy and not embarrassing for them to be coming in. We also want you to feel completely comfortable here. So if you feel the need to or desire to wear a mask, feel free to do that. If you want to step outside, you may do that too, and you won't miss anything going on here because we have speakers out there. We're always delighted to see newcomers joining us here in worship. And as a newcomer, you might be interested in the groups and activities that we have to offer, and they can be found in our email newsletter and calendar. Online newcomers, you'll receive an invitation to join our email list after the service. And in-person newcomers, if you haven't already given us your email address, could you drop it off at the side of the door there before you leave? Our weekly email is the best way to get the information about the many groups and activities we have to offer here at Chalice, and we do have a bunch. Now let's take a breath together. As we settle our souls into worship, we acknowledge Indigenous peoples with these words from Robin Wall Kimmerer, a citizen of the Potawatomi Nation and the author of Braiding Sweetgrass, Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and Teachings of the Plants. Trees act not as individuals, but somehow as a collective. Exactly how they do this, we don't know yet. But what we see is the power of unity. What happens to one happens to us all. We can starve together or feast together. Now we light our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist faith. I'd like to invite Julian and Karen Swingle. Our chalice lighting words this morning. With free will comes choice, paths to take or not take, consequences. And frequently, with these come fear. As we light this chalice this morning, let the light of this flame remind us that free will and the choices offered to us are gifts, not burdens. May its warm and steady light remind us of the principles that guide our choices, the principles we choose to live by, the principles that displace doubt and fear with calmness and courage.
Yeah. No. Good morning. Good morning. Hi.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, so one of the wonderful things about being a Unitarian Universalist is that you expect a variety of music, right? Eclectic variety of music, right? Some might say it's too eclectic, but I say shh to those people. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as too eclectic. So you're going to hear something this morning that I don't think we've ever done quite anything like this. It's from the Renaissance, okay? The Renaissance is generally considered, yay, Renaissance. It's usually considered the period between 1450 and 1600. And this is a motet by somebody named Palestrina, Giovanni Pierluigi da Palestrina, who was born in 1525, 500 years ago. That's why we're doing this. So it's a 500-year anniversary of Palestrina. It's a liturgical text based on Psalm 42:1, but being 500 years old, I thought a translation would be appropriate. So here's how we're translating this. As the deer longs for the water, my soul longs for peace. I think that's enough.
since we had a minute. The words of our call to worship come from the Reverend Kim Wildczewski. We gather the morning after our country filled the streets with resistance and pride, with fear and an unwillingness to relinquish what we know is good and right and true. Praise for your tired feet and sore backs. Praise for your fingers with marker stains, your hands that held and raised signs, your voices that shouted and cheered and sang. Praise for the people you stood or sat beside, and for staying beside people you didn't know before you were each other's. Praise for the power of the gathered body, the elder who's done this too many times now, the child who is learning what it means to citizen, the parent who is grieving the future they did not dream of. Praise for the land that holds us all, that has grown flowers out of tears, that teaches us how to root, that reminds us how to rise and push and bloom again and again and again and again. Despite how hard the ground becomes, how cold the winter might get, how long the season might be, again and again. Praise for what learns to survive, and praise for you, no matter where you were, street corner, sidewalk block, couch. It matters, as Mary Oliver says, that you are alive on this fresh morning in the broken world. It matters that you love and are surprised into laughter, that you grieve and fear. Praise yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Let us worship together.
Please rise and body your spirit and join me in singing hymn number 1023, Building Bridges. We're actually going to do this as a round. We're going to sing it once through all together, and then the second time through, I will lead this section, so you follow me, and then Callie will lead the second section, and we're going to do it twice through. And the second time that we're doing it as a round through, just watch me and I will cut you off so we all end together.
Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony.
Our Sunday worship is the shared spiritual practice of our community, and we tend to the congregation during this time by sharing and honoring our joys and sorrows. Here in the chapel, you're welcome to write your joy or sorrow onto a candle card, which I'll hand out in a minute and I'll collect from you. Online, please write your joy or sorrow into the chat box. These joys and sorrows will be shared and spoken out loud here and now, and then we will remove this part of the service from the recording that goes onto our YouTube channel, so this sharing will not be made publicly available. If you would like to send Reverend Sharon a confidential note about your joy or sorrow, or to make a prayer request, please email her. Her email address will be on screen in a moment. Please enjoy some music while you write down what you would like to share, so that in your sharing, your burden is lessened and your joy is multiplied.
will light a final pillar candle for all the joys and sorrows in the room and in our community that may go unspoken and unshared this morning. These too are held in the love and support of our community. Now I'd like to invite the children and anyone else who would like to come forward for the story. Our story is called Let the Children March, written by Monica Clark Robinson and illustrated by Frank Morrison.
1963, Birmingham, Alabama. I couldn't play on the same playground as the white kids. I couldn't go to their schools. I couldn't drink from their water fountains. There were so many things I couldn't do. One warm spring night, my family went to church. We weren't there to have regular services. We were there to hear Dr. King speak. We were there to plan. He wanted to raise an army of peaceful protesters to fight for freedom, his brown eyes flashing fire and love. Dr. King told us the time had come to march. If I march, Mama said, I'll lose my job. Sure enough, I can't march, Daddy said. I got a family to feed. The weight of the world rested on our parents' shoulders, but this burden, this time, did not have to be theirs to bear. I don't have a boss to fear, my brother said, or a job to lose. We can march this time. We'll be Dr. King's army, I said. I'll be fine, Daddy, I promise. Don't worry, Mama. Dr. King didn't like children being put in harm's way. He was a daddy too, after all. But he said that though we were young, we were not too young to want our freedom. Let the children march. They will lead the way. On May 2nd, a sunny Thursday, boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, we all met at the church, dressed in our best, feet ready. In a silence so loud that all I could hear was my racing heart, we began to walk. Hand in hand we marched, so frightened, yet certain of what was right for freedom. The path may be long and troubled, but I'm gonna walk on. Would I be hurt? Would we be heard? Would it all be worth it in the end? I wanted to run from the angry faces in the crowd, run from danger, run from fear. Boys and girls, brothers and sisters, cousins and friends, on and on we marched. We marched, we marched, singing the songs of freedom, 1,000 strong we came. Hate dogged my heels all that day, its yellow canine teeth sharp, but courage walked by my side and kept me going. Disperse or you'll be jailed, the police shouted the first day. Disperse or you'll get wet, the police shouted the second day. Disperse or we'll release the dogs, the police shouted the third day. We did not disperse. We kept on marching. We wouldn't stop until things started to change. Hundreds of us went to jail on the first day, and even more on the second. My turn wasn't until the third day. After I was sprayed by water stronger than anything I've ever felt, rough hands pushed me forward and I fell to my knees in the police wagon. I was going to jail. Dr. King reassured our parents, don't worry about your children, he said. They're going to be all right. Don't hold them back if they want to go to jail, for they are doing a job for not only themselves, but for all of America and for all mankind. That night, crowded into a cell too small for even half of the kids, we sang, we shall overcome. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. And freedom is coming. Our parents couldn't be there with us, but still we sang, wrapped in the proud and loving arms of our ancestors. I was still in jail, but we heard that the next day and the next, more kids marched. The water hoses they used to sting us could not stop our fierce tide. The path may be long and troubled, but I'm gonna walk on. Turn the other cheek, we had been taught. Show love where there is hate. The world watched as hate bruised us, but for 7 days we walked only in love. The jails swelled to bursting, and even President Kennedy took notice. Daddy said the president received letters and calls about us from all over the world. Our march would have become a memory, a small part of a larger story, but we had been heard, and the seeds of the revolution were sown. 2 days and nights I stayed in jail. Some stayed even longer. When I left, I was tired and sore, and my best dress was ripped, but my smile was wide as a Mississippi River. I had made a difference. I'm so proud of you, baby girl, Mommy said. Your march was what made them see. With nothing more than our feet, voices, and courage, we had done what others could not. Change was right around the corner. We felt like a cool breeze in an Alabama August. On May 10th, the great news rang out. Dr. King had reached an agreement with the white leaders of the city. Desegregation would begin. 1 month later, I was playing on a playground I'd never been allowed to play on before. 2 months later, my family ate at a diner we'd never been allowed to eat in before. Our march made the difference. We children led the way. Singing the songs of freedom, 1,000 strong, we came.
Our story.
We, sorry. We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
60 Minutes, Rewind.
Now what I'm saying is this. I would like for all of us to believe in nonviolence, but I'm here to say tonight that if every Negro in the United States turns against nonviolence, I'm going to stand up as a lone voice and say this is the wrong way.
I will never change in my basic idea that nonviolence is the most potent weapon available to the Negro in his struggle for freedom and justice. I think for the Negro to turn to violence would be both impractical and immoral.
There is an increasingly vocal minority who disagreed totally with your tactics, Dr. King.
There's no doubt about that. I would agree that there is a group in the Negro community advocating violence now. I happen to feel that this group represents a numerical minority. Surveys have revealed this. The vast majority of Negroes still feel that the best way to deal with the dilemma that we face in this country is through nonviolent resistance. And I don't think this vocal group will be able to make a real dent in the Negro community in terms of swaying 22 million Negroes to this particular point of view. And I contend that the cry of black power is at bottom a reaction to the reluctance of white power to make the kind of changes necessary to make justice a reality for the Negro. I think we've got to see that a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear that the economic plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last few years.
Conservative commentator Charlie Kirk was killed a little over a month ago on September 10th. The news of his death was shocking. And then a few hours later came news of a school shooting in Colorado. Another school shooting, not even the first of a new year, just 2 weeks after a shooting during Mass at a Catholic school in Minneapolis. Heartbreaking news, followed by heartbreaking news, followed by heartbreaking news. It is hard to know how to go about the day, how to go on living our daily lives with death and violence hanging in the air around us. Ministers have our own responsibilities at these moments, and we consider if it's time to send a special email or do something special in the coming Sunday service. After years as your minister and years living in the gun culture of the United States and years of terrible news to try and guide you through, I am at peace with this. Sometimes words come to me and sometimes they don't. That's not about the importance of the event. It's simply the truth of being human. I would say the same to you about living your daily lives. Sometimes the news will hit you hard and you will feel knocked down. And sometimes terrible news won't impact you that much. This too is no reflection on the severity or significance of what has happened. It's simply the truth of being human. If you find yourself wishing to hear something from me, just send me an email and let me know what's on your heart. It helps me to know what events weigh on you, and I'm here if you ever want to talk. Kirk's death feels emblematic of a surge in political violence in the United States. This year alone, political violence has included shootings of elected officials, arson at a political party headquarters, and attacks on public buildings. This violence cuts across ideologies. A recent PBS News article reports that while political violence in the United States is not new, the current wave echoes past eras, particularly the 1960s and 70s, marked by widespread social unrest and the assassinations of Martin Luther King Jr., Robert F. Kennedy, and John F. Kennedy. According to scholars, factors fueling the current spike in violence include deep polarization, conspiracy-laden and dehumanizing rhetoric, the amplification of violent impulses online, and easier access to firearms. Importantly, the article emphasizes that this violence cuts across ideologies and affects both major political parties. That may be hard to take in. You may even want to argue with me about it, but I ask you to sit with it. This violence affects all of us. The data show threats, harassment, and violence are increasingly part of mainstream political life. Furthermore, experts warn of a self-reinforcing cycle. When one side justifies violence, the other may feel licensed to respond, which just recreates the cycle. Again, when one side justifies violence, the other may feel licensed to respond. Our democracy is vulnerable when violence becomes normalized. Even if politically motivated violence remains a small subset of overall violence, its impact is outsized. I imagine many of us here didn't know much about Charlie Kirk a month ago. Time will tell, but it is certainly possible that his death will become a symbolic rallying point for parts of the conservative movement, reinforcing identity, grievance, and reasons to become more politically engaged. It doesn't really matter much what the motive of his killer turns out to be. The tragic death of this young father in the prime of his life, killed, silenced while exercising his freedom of speech, is emblematic of much that is broken in our world these days. I grieve that Charlie Kirk has been denied the chance to change his mind about some of his beliefs. And I grieve for the young man that shot him, for his life that will now be defined by this action and its punishment. I also grieve for Brian Thompson, the healthcare executive killed last December, and I grieve for Luigi Mangione, who allegedly shot him. Murder is not how we affect change. Violence is not how we affect change. One way I understand our current political moment is this: although we fought a civil war with winners and losers, we never truly resolved the core disagreement of white supremacy. The violence of the Civil War did not resolve the core disagreement over white supremacy. That conflict was deferred, not defeated, and we are still in many ways trying to sort this out. Historian Heather Cox Richardson fleshes out this idea in her book, How the South Won the Civil War. I come back time and time again in these challenging times to the teachings of Dr. King. He witnessed violence against Black people, Black children, again and again and again, and never endorsed violence as an acceptable response. He saw the worst that white people in power could do and still called on white people to serve as allies. He built coalitions of people across diverse backgrounds, and he led us out of segregation. I will always grieve his death at the age of 39. As you heard in the video clip, he had compassion for what he called the language of riot. Riot is the language of the unheard, he said. It has become one of his most famous quotes. But he goes on in the same interview to say that riots are self-defeating and socially destructive. He says nonviolence is the most potent weapon in the struggle for freedom and justice. Turning to violence is both impractical and immoral. So let's look at these ideas a little bit more closely. He's talking about nonviolence as a strategy for effecting change. He has compassion for the violence of riot. I would guess he has compassion for the violence of self-defense. But he is noting that even though there may be times that violence is understandable, that doesn't make it an effective strategy in the struggle for freedom and justice. And I would say we must keep our focus as much as we can on effective strategies. An example, recent polls show that the majority of Americans feel that ICE has gone too far in enforcing immigration laws. A strong majority, 66%, favor immigration reform that prioritizes deporting those who've committed serious crimes and provides legal pathways for immigrants who have been working and paying taxes. There may be many reasons for people holding the opinions they do, but I guarantee you that part of what is happening is that we don't like to see ICE attacking people in the streets. Violence is not the way to effect change. It doesn't win hearts. So let's keep sharing those videos of masked ICE officers attacking people and communities standing up to them. Always check your sources. Please make sure what you're sharing is a real thing that happened. But the evolution of ICE into a type of secret police force is one of the alarming developments of our time, and we should be alarmed about it. The nonprofit news organization ProPublica is doing important reporting about this. Many of us have been watching and cheering as protesters in Portland, Oregon have taken to wearing clown and animal costumes, laughing and dancing, to highlight their peacefulness in the face of violence from federal officers. The attempted deployment of troops to American cities is another alarming development of our times. And it is a challenge to respond peacefully to violence. Again, nobody knew better than Dr. King. Protesters were trained in nonviolence before sit-ins, and Dr. King talked about the importance of nonviolence constantly. We heard that in the story. The community gathered. He talked to them about nonviolence. In his Nobel Prize acceptance interview or commentary speech, he said, and I've updated some of his language here, "I conclude that this award is profound recognition that nonviolence is the answer to the crucial political and moral question of our time. The need to overcome oppression and violence without resorting to violence and oppression." He goes on, "Civilization and violence are antithetical concepts. Sooner or later, all the people of the world will have to discover a way to live together in peace. If this is to be achieved, we must evolve, for all human conflict, a method which rejects revenge, aggression, and retaliation. The foundation of such a method is love." Love at the center, of course. We must love our enemies, of course. These simple teachings we come back to again and again. Simple, but not easy. There are three kinds of love. Eros, the romantic love we feel for a partner. Philia, the love we have for siblings and other kindred spirits. And agape, the love we can feel for all humanity. It is with agape love that we grieve Charlie Kirk and also his killer. It is with agape love that we grieve a murdered executive and also his killer. It is with agape love that we know we must overcome all that seems to divide us these days. You know, there have been times when I have struggled with feelings of hatred, even towards someone like Donald Trump. But Dr. King's teachings and the deep well of agape love I believe we are all capable of pulls me back. Dr. King would not have spoken so often of nonviolence if it were easy, nor would he have spoken so often of agape love if it were easy. These are not easy answers, but in unsteady times, we need to come back to the ideas and teachings that ground and center us. Nonviolence and agape love are powerful strategies for social transformation. We need them now as much as we ever have. I grieve for Charlie Kirk. I grieve for Brian Thompson. And I grieve for those who committed these acts of violence. Agape love doesn't require agreement. It doesn't even require sympathy. But it does ask us to remember the humanity in every life, even when it's hard. In your moments of low spirits and struggle, may you return again and again to the ideas and teachings that lift you up and help you keep going. May it be so. Amen, and blessed be.
Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing for our lives.
We are
The Sunday offering is an expression of our generosity that makes our congregational life possible. Our offering words this morning are from the Buddha. The Buddha said that no true spiritual life is possible without a generous heart. Generosity allies itself with an inner feeling of abundance, the feeling that we have enough to share. We encourage you to text your donation to Chalice. If you haven't texted a donation before, once you enter the text amount, you'll get a reply with a link to enter your card information. If your Sunday donation is meant to be part of your pledge payment, please be sure to indicate pledge after that dollar amount. The phone number for text donations will be on screen in a moment, but if you prefer to make an in-person donation of cash or check, there are old-fashioned envelopes over there by the door, and you can leave those in the box on your way out. Please give generously. Please join in dedicating the offering with our words of affirmation. At Chalice UU Congregation, our mission is to inspire individual and communal spiritual growth.
Will you join me in the spirit of prayer? The words come from the Reverend Christopher Buis. Spirit of life, make us instruments of your peace. Where there is indifference, may we bring justice. Where there is selfishness, may we bring equity. Where there is stagnation, may we bring transformation. Where there is homogeneity, may we bring pluralism. Where there is isolation, may we bring interdependence. Where there is greed, may we bring generosity. And where there is hatred, may we bring love. Make us instruments of your peace, with love at the center of everything we do. Amen.
Please rise in body or spirit and join me in singing our hymn of the month, Rooted in Fertile Ground. We are rooted in fertile ground. We are rooted in fertile ground. And our roots go deep and our love abounds. We are rooted in fertile ground. We are building a better day. We are building a better day. As we work and dream, we are on our way. We are building a better day. May compassion be our guide as we offer up our lives in the service of justice, peace, and love. May our faith and hope abide. We're creating a world of love. We're creating a world of love, where each living soul always has enough. We're creating a world of love. We are ruling the ones in pain. We are healing the ones in pain. We are changing lives as we start again. We are healing the ones in pain. May compassion be our guide as we offer up our lives in the service of justice, peace, and love. May our faith and hope abide. We are rooted in fertile ground. We are rooted in fertile ground. And our roots go deep and our love abounds. We are rooted in fertile ground.
Our closing words this morning are from a song written by someone you know, John Schultz. It was for a band called Grunion Run. I don't think many of you who are new here have heard much of them lately. But they were composed of Dean Goodette, who is still right there, Deb Kuhn, Paul Delaney, and of course, John Schultz. These are the lyrics for the song. There's a very simple refrain that goes for this, and when I do that, say this refrain. While I'm here. While I'm here. Okay. You can't call me the most pious of men. I don't often take my knee to pray. That doesn't mean I'm here to use up space. I'm not simply here to grind away. People might wonder how I choose my way without some higher guiding light. There's this compass deep inside of me, and I know what's right. I know what's right. So, while I'm here, gonna try to do my part. While I'm here, gonna be the best of friends. While I'm here, gonna try to have an open heart, work to ease the hunger and the fear. While I'm here. You can divide us by what we believe, You can say, I'm right, and I know you're wrong. But take a look back through our history, and I think you'll find that before long, those who divide us, they are never held in the highest of esteem. Look to those who want to break down the walls. I have a dream. I have a dream. That while I'm here, going to be a force for good. While I'm here, going to turn the other cheek. While I'm here, going to work it in the neighborhood and try to spread a love that is sincere. While I'm here. We may go through this life 1,000 times, or this may be a one-way ticket round. I firmly believe that I don't know, but I never let that get me down. Not trying to answer to someone else doesn't mean you don't have to make the grade. When I close my eyes that one last time, I want to smile for the difference that I made. While I'm here, going to try to do my part. While I'm here, going to be the best of friends. While I'm here, going to try to have an open heart and work to ease the hunger and the fear. While I'm here, going to be a force for good. While I'm here, going to turn the other cheek. While I'm here, going to work it in the neighborhood and try to spread a love that is sincere. While I'm here. John Schultz, Dean Godet, Paul Delaney, and Deb Kuhn. You're invited to close our time together by singing The Well. After our closing hymn, please hold on to your seats for a few announcements.
We drink from the well together, cool, cool water that quenches my thirst, a thirst for justice, a thirst for joy, a thirst for a love that we're all a part of. We drink from the well. We drink from the well together. Hand in hand we are standing as one, standing for justice, standing for joy, stand for a love that we're all a part of. We drink from the well. Open the doors to the world outside, spirits renewed from within. Look for the dream in each other's eyes, the spark where a new world begins. Yes, we drink from the well together. Heart to heart we are dancing as one, dancing for justice, dancing for joy, dance for a love that we're all a part of. We drink from the well, spirit renewed, we drink from the well, stand hand in hand, we drink from the well, dancing for joy, I hear my heart swell. We drink from the well.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
So as you know, next week is our Beloved Dead ceremony, correct? So Raphael and I set up the ofrenda on the patio. So if you would like to bring a photograph of your loved one that has passed and an offering as we celebrate the Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, we can bring an offering of their favorite things, you know, or even if you have something of theirs to put on the ofrenda. And the symbolism behind that is they come to visit us each year when the veil is thinned at that time of year. you have anything to add to that?
We're going to set up the physical ofrenda right here, but we also have a bulletin board outside that you can bring in photocopies of your pictures. Please don't bring originals because when we break it down, they may not get back to you. So we want to make sure that we represent our loved ones. But if you have a precious original picture, we probably don't want to poke holes in it. So bring photocopies, please.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.
Have you gotten your limited edition sticker yet? I am selling stickers, 3-inch stickers, vinyl stickers with RUU values on them. They will be available for sale out there on the courtyard after the service. Just know that we are in our final week or two of the sticker sale, so grab your stickers while you can. Thank you. They are $4 each or $10 for 3. And all proceeds go to Chalice.
Just a quick note. I think, as you all recognize, thanks very much for all those people who have done letter writing and postcard writing. This coming week is our last final week to get it done. So if you're still up for doing a few more, there are just a few stacks left out on the patio. Just see me afterwards.
All right, so as some of you may or may not know, our auction is here. So why in the world, why should you actually really care? Well, when it comes to fun, it's your most valuable ticket. And if I say so myself, it's gonna be wicked. Hi everyone, I'm Barry Hacker, and I'm here to tell you our auction is coming on fast. It won't hang around, and it really won't last. Just 7 days to bid, just 1 week to have some fun. Our Chalice website has the auction list. It's something you really don't want to miss. You just may find something that's really a treat to make your life totally and fully complete. Okay, that might be an exaggeration. But can you hear my personal frustration? I'm begging you all to come out and play. It's here for only 1 week, all night and all day. It runs October 19th, today, through October 26th, and you're sure to find something on our auction list. Yes, our website's the place where my info is listed. I'm telling you this in case you haven't missed it. Now, October 25th, next Saturday, is a live auction night with good food and drink. It'll be quite a sight. Our auctioneers always create a night full of fun, because when it comes to a good time, they won't be outdone. We have dinners, of course. We all love to eat. And our parties, you know, just simply cannot be beat. Come mother and father, come daughter and son. They're really quite fun when it's all said and done. Artwork, oh yes, we have artwork too. And you're sure to find something that speaks only to you, because beauty, you know, is in the eye of the beholder. Has it changed through the years as your eyes have grown older? You don't need good music. You don't need good sight to listen to music. It's part of our auction if you happen to choose it. Our musicians at Chalice are very eclectic. You'll love what they play, so please don't neglect it. You can bid on sports tickets. It isn't a ruse. But they're sure to go fast, so if you snooze, you lose. Get your bid ready, make a bid that is high, because if your bid isn't chosen, kiss those tickets goodbye. Now, maybe our auction has nothing for you. You just want to see friends and socialize too. Well, I'm not here to judge you if that is your thing. It's a fun time for all, Bada boom, bada bing. Now, if my eloquent words just don't feel right, and maybe you're wishing I'd just get out of sight, I get it. You want me to stop and shut up. I'm getting the message that enough is enough. But wait. Everyone's welcome. It's going to be quite a scene. You may even see a witch or two as someone who is green. I hope I haven't turned you off by the words that I have said. It's not my fault that green is good or that the wicked witch is dead. So let me leave you with this one final ask. Bid often, bid high, so we can raise lots of cash. It's our biggest fundraising event of the year, online or in person. Here's hoping you're there. Thank you.
Okay, so they asked me to put together an auction walkthrough. Sorry, dealing with technology here. So I picked a few items just to give us some practice on bidding. So first we have Bruised Banana. This piece of artwork costs only $50,000 for it's a famous piece of artwork. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. I have something better. Hang on. Let me see if I can find that here. Where is it? Oh yeah, here it is. I think this will do. All right. Well, this may be more up our lines. It's the baked good here. Well, this is a donut from Pearson's Donut. It was the last one baked by Peterson himself. So our starting bid is $50 from Peterson's Donut.
Peterson's Donuts closed was sold 3 years ago. That's 3 years old? No.
Yeah,
No.
I can't please some people. Okay. All right. So this is the only cinnamon roll on campus. I was going to say it was the same one from last year, but that one got eaten. So baked this morning with wheat ground by, virgin monks and spices from Thailand. So can I get a starting bid of $1 for the, we got a bid of $1. Anyone else? Got $5. $10. Any more bids? For $15. This is a very famous cinnamon roll. There's none other like it. You can be the envy of all your friends. So where were we at? Who's 15? Do I hear 20? Anybody? $20. $20. Going once, going twice. $25. Okay. So going once, going twice. 26. All right, you want people to get out of here. So going once, going twice, going twice. 3 times for $26.
I thought there was another one under that cake cover. Our social hour will begin in a few minutes online at that same Zoom link and in person on the courtyard. Those of you here in person might want to bring your refreshments into the green room and have a visit with those of the people who are online with us. Reverend Sharon and I look forward to meeting you at the chapel doors to hear how the service was meaningful to you. Go in peace.